Hello, thank you for the chance given to me. I am the second speaker from the opposite team. Now I will give you my arguments about the motion. This House would block ex-corruptor from running in the legislative elections. But before I give you my arguments, firstly, I want to rebut the arguments from the first speakers of the affirmative teams about this. They said this motion not against human rights. I disagree with that because the election supervisory body allowed it, also supported by Yasona Lawli, the Minister of Law and Human Rights, with the consideration that the regulations stipulated by PKPU were contrary to Law Number 7 of 2017, which states that ex-corruptor are considered to have the same political rights as other citizens, namely the right guaranteed by the constitutions. The candidacy of former corruptors to become permanent candidate is allowed by fulfilling certain condition referring to Article 240, Paragraph 1 of Law Number 7 of 2017 regarding elections, which states that ex-corruptors who have suffered a sentence of 5 years or more can become candidates provided that the legal cases that have ensnared them are announced. He said the KPU had no authority to limit the political rights of citizens, including former corruptors. Therefore, we do not agree with this motion because viewed from the perspective of human rights, KPU RI Commissioner Idam Holik explained that in making rules for holding elections, his party was guided by statutory regulations. The right to be elected was originally regulated in the Constitution or the 1945 Constitution. Article 28D, Paragraph 3 of the 1945 Constitution states every citizen has the right to equal opportunities in governments. Then Article 27 Paragraph 1 of the 1945 Constitution reads, all citizens have the same position before law and government and are obligated to uphold that law and government without exception. Then Law Number 39 of 1999 concerning human rights has also regulated the right to vote and be elected. Article 43, Paragraph 1 of the Human Rights Law basically states that every citizen has the right to be elected through elections. It reads as follows: every citizen has the right to be elected and vote in general elections based on equal rights through direct, public, free, secret, honest, and fair voting in accordance with the provisions of law and regulation. Then, in Article 73 of the Human Rights Law regarding the limitation of human rights, it is clear that this can only be done through law, while the KPU regulates the prohibition of ex-corruption convicts from participating in legislative elections through KPU regulations, not laws. not laws. At the same time, the election law does not stipulate in detail the prohibition of former corruptor from running for office. Thus, the prohibition is a new norm that is not regulated by law. Then these provisions must be declared contrary to law and number 7 of 017 concerning general elections, law number 31 of 1999 concerning eradication of corruptions, article 43 of law number 39 of 1999 concerning human rights, law number 12 of 2011 concerning formation of legislations, wrote the Supreme Court in the decisions. In the human rights law that I have mentioned, it is very clear that every citizen has the same rights to be elected and to vote in general elections. The PKPU regulatory policy is considered to have violated human rights where a former corrupt convict who has served his sentence should be assessed as human being with equal rights in the eyes of the law. The legislative candidate for the ex-corruptor is protected by law, so his political rights may not be restricted. Furthermore, in the implementation aspect, there needs to be a further mechanism for ex-corruptor candidates who wish to re-register for the election, namely by being honest and open to the public about this credibility flow, so that the public can then judge for themselves directly what the conditions, circumstance, and their background before they decide to vote. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention.